Hey, welcome to your Pisces horoscopes for the week of July 23rd to July 29th. This is it. This is the last full week of July, and then we move into August next week. Venus just went retrograde. Actually, Venus goes retrograde right at the beginning of the week. So on Sunday, we move into that retrograde. And there's just so many planets for the planets that are in your sign to be interacting with this week. So it is going to be kind of crazy, I have to say, in good ways and in bad ways. And, in many ways, I feel all of this stuff has to happen in order for us to develop into the awesome people that we are, right? Let's get started here, and we're going to start with Saturn, actually, because Saturn's opposition with Venus and Mars is going to be a challenge, especially because Venus just went retrograde. Both planets are focused on your support system. So those people that are supposed to be there to help you, while Saturn is focused on your family or those people that you support. Unfortunately, the two don't always line up together, if that makes sense. Like, the people that you've always been supportive of aren't always the people that come in and support you when you need it, which is a bummer. Yes, I agree, depending on the circumstances. Some circumstances, yes, it's more than a bummer. It's just uncalled for. But in some circumstances, they just can't, for whatever reason, they just can't do that, unfortunately. So this issue with support, I feel like there's a couple of things that come up with this, because Saturn is retrograde. Saturn is mirroring back your responsibility to you. So are you taking on all of your responsibilities? Now, all of your responsibilities means paying all the bills and buying all the groceries. But also, what about your responsibilities to yourself? Making sure that you're staying true to who you are, making sure that if somebody is not pulling their weight, you are saying something about it instead of just holding it in and being miserable all day long. I know a lot of Pisces, okay? This is a problem for you guys. And it is a problem for you guys that you need to, I'm not going to say get over, overcome is the right word. You need to overcome this. People are never going to see what you want them to see. So just come out and say it. That is not a guarantee. I agree. But the more you put boundaries on people that are siphoning from you, the easier it is in the long run. And it takes a long time. People want to dance on those boundaries forever sometimes. I've put boundaries on people who are still trying to dance on these boundaries 20 years later. They will never change. My whole responsibility in that is to make sure that I continue to be firm with those boundaries. And that's it. I'm not responsible for them or their mess or whatever it is that they're doing. Neptune is only in opposition with the moon for one day. And that's it. So we don't have a major challenge going on with Neptune, actually, except for that one day. Neptune's focus is on your day-to-day schedule. The moon comes in focused on inner trauma. This is just one of those days where these stupid little triggers are going to come up. And it's the emotional part that slows you down, really, because let's face it, we all get to that point where we get emotionally triggered, and then we sort of kind of climb into ourselves, and then we sort of kind of relive it like a million times. And it's a time waster, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, and I'm not saying that that you should do that, but I am saying put a time limit on it, at least so that you can get what you need to get done, and then worry about that later on, if that makes sense. The good news is two things. One, Neptune's trine with the sun, which is focused on career. Now, this is where the planets are really helping each other here, because Neptune's influence and being retrograde, this intuitive power of Neptune just went, it's huge, right? And it's like propelling you towards money towards your legacy, towards the career choice that is going to help line up with your financial goals right now. So that's really a wonderful influence moving into your career. Also, Neptune's grand sextile with Pluto and Uranus also is helpful when it comes to finances as well. So Uranus is all about coming out of the box ideas to create more money, or even not just creating money, but creative ideas on money management. Either way, this is all about making sure that your financial security is taken care of while you're dealing with all the really important things that you have to deal with. Now, I just have to say this, okay? I've known a lot of Pisces, a lot of Pisces. I have a Pisces curse, okay? I know a lot of Pisces, all right? I will say that a lot of them, it's literally black and white. Half of them get their shit done. No matter what is going on in their life, they still get their stuff done because it has to get done, right? And there's no age limit on this. Literally, half of them are like, okay, I'm having this emotional experience right now, and I get that. Let me give it like 10 minutes and then move on because I got shit to do, right? The other half gets like, literally, it's like, oops, I fell in the river and I am just flowing 10 miles down the road with this. It's just all this information, all of this emotion is just, washing me down into the next town over there. They literally just let it take them away. And that's what you want to be aware of. The more you allow your emotions to just take you away, the less productive you are, the less you're getting anything done, the less likely you are looking for a solution to the problem rather than wallowing in the problem. And wallowing in the problem doesn't help. You have to accept the things you can't change. You have to have the courage to change things you can. You have to have the wisdom to know the difference. That came from my dad, by the way. And if the person that I'm thinking of listens to this and he will know who he is, that is for you, my friends. So in any case, there is a thing as being a very successful and productive Pisces. I've seen many of them. I know they exist. If you happen to be one of those Pisces that gets washed down the river, you don't have to this time. That is your choice. You don't have to this time. Let's harness this energy towards our financial goals, towards getting a few steps closer to where we want to be in terms of our financial security. That's what our focus is on this week. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a copy, because I would really appreciate that. And you guys, make it a powerful week. I think you guys need to stand in your power this week and say, I am Pisces. Hear me roar. Even if you're not a lion, you don't have to be. Stand in your power this week. You guys make it a great week.